So, let's talk about a skill that you're probably not going to see on most resumes, but honestly, it can absolutely make or break your career. I'm talking about emotional maturity. And let's get one thing straight. This is not a soft skill. In today's high-pressure world, it's your quiet strength. It's really the foundation of genuine leadership and resilience. So let's dive in and see what this actually looks like.
Okay, right off the bat, let's do a quick, honest check-in with yourself. Think about the last time you got some tough feedback, or maybe an idea you loved just got shot down. What was your immediate gut reaction? Did you kind of shut down, get defensive, or maybe start pointing fingers at other people or the situation? Seriously, your gut answer here tells you a lot about your default setting, and just knowing that pattern, well, that's the first step to changing it.
Because what happens in that split second, in that moment of criticism, it all comes down to a choice. A choice between two completely different paths. You can either react emotionally, or you can respond with intention. And this isn't just about words, it's the fundamental difference between emotional immaturity and real maturity.
And this table lays it out perfectly. You know, a reaction, it's instant, it's a reflex. It usually involves some blaming, some complaining, and it leaves you feeling kind of shaky and unsteady. But a response? That's a whole different ballgame. It always starts with a pause. And in that pause, you find the space to take responsibility, to actually look for the lesson, and to stay steady, even when things get tough.
So if you take away just one thing, let it be this. The real growth happens in that tiny gap between what happens to you and how you choose to act. That little moment of pause, it's everything. That is the space where you build emotional maturity, where you shift from a knee-jerk reaction to a thoughtful, strategic response.
So, how do we actually get good at using that pause? It's not just about waiting or biting your tongue. It's an active process. It's about creating just enough space to get aware of what's really going on inside you before you do anything. This is where you take your control back.
This quote right here, it really gets to the heart of it. Look, in any meaningful career, stress is going to be there. It's a given. We can't eliminate it, and we probably shouldn't even try to. The real enemy is unmanaged stress, the kind that hijacks your brain and throws you right into that reactive mode. The goal is never to avoid pressure. It's to learn how to manage ourselves within it.
So how do you even begin to manage it? Well, first, you have to know it's happening. Your body and your mind are constantly sending you signals. Physically, you might notice your heart starts pounding, or your shoulders creep up to your ears. Mentally, you might catch yourself overthinking everything, or that negative voice in your head gets really loud, or you just feel irritated. Do any of these sound familiar? Recognizing your own personal signals is the absolute first step. You can't control what you don't notice.
Okay, so once you recognize that signal, you need a tool. And this one is one of the most powerful and immediate things you can do. It's a super simple 2-minute breathing exercise. You just inhale for a count of 4, hold it for 4, and then a long, slow exhale for 6. Do that 5 times. What this does is it sends a direct message to your nervous system that you're safe, that it can calm down. It literally interrupts the physical stress response, which gives your rational brain a chance to get back in the driver's seat. Now, that breathing technique is actually the first part of a bigger, more structured plan. We're going to put it all together into a simple framework called CALM. I want you to think of this as your 4-step go-to plan for any high-stress moment at work. It's easy to remember, and trust me, it's incredibly effective.
The C in CALM is for control your breath. We always start here. You can't think your way out of a panic. You have to calm your body's fight or flight response first. That 2-minute reset we just talked about? Perfect for this. Get your body stable first, and then your mind can follow.
Next up, A is for acknowledge the emotion. This is about just labeling what you're feeling. Instead of being swept away by this big wave of anger or anxiety, you just say to yourself, okay, I'm feeling frustrated, or I'm feeling really anxious right now. It's amazing what this does. The simple act of naming an emotion actually reduces its power over you and helps you get a little bit of distance from it. Then we have L, which stands for look at the situation objectively. Once your body is calmer and you've named the feeling, you can step back and be like a neutral reporter. Ask yourself, what actually happened here? Take away all the drama and the story I'm telling myself. What are the cold, hard facts? And what are the assumptions I'm making? This helps you separate reality from the story that your stress is trying to sell you. And finally, M is for move forward with one small action. You see, stress makes us freeze up, and the antidote to being frozen is momentum. You don't have to solve the whole problem in one go.
Just find one small, productive thing you can do. Maybe it's sending one email. Maybe it's just closing your laptop and taking a 5-minute walk. That tiny action breaks the paralysis and gives you back a sense of control.
All right, so we have the theory, and we have our calm framework. Now let's talk about putting it all into practice where it actually matters, in your day-to-day work life, when the pressure is really on. This right here, this might be the most powerful mindset shift you can make. We need to stop seeing rejection or criticism as a final verdict on our abilities or our worth. It's not. It's just feedback. And feedback is data. It's just information you can use to get better next time. The moment you start treating rejection as simple feedback, it loses its sting and just becomes a tool for your growth. So here's your first base of homework. If you want to use these tools, you have to know when you need them. So take a few minutes later today and really think about it. What are your top 3 emotional triggers at work? Is it getting criticized in front of others? Is it when you feel ignored in a meeting? Knowing what sets you off is the secret to being prepared before it happens. And let's be really clear about why all of this matters so much. Anyone can seem calm and collected when everything's going great. But your real character, your credibility, your leadership potential, that's all revealed when things get hard. The ability to stay steady, to respond thoughtfully instead of just reacting, that's what builds the kind of trust that all great leaders have. So let's end with this thought. The impulse to react, that's human. It's universal. But the discipline to pause, to breathe, and to respond with purpose, that's rare. And that is your quiet power. That's your advantage. So your challenge now is to take just one of these tools, maybe it's just that 2-minute breathing exercise, and use it the very next time you feel that stress signal pop up. Anyone can react. Few can remain steady. Emotional maturity is quiet power.